Welcome to AMX69-Read, Learn, Think. Now I'm trying something, well, not trying something, I'm transitioning into something a little bit new here. So I'm going to start broadcasting, streaming from my Spaniard page. So if you're watching this, you already know that. If you're not watching it, hopefully you will find that out soon. So I'm going to take a second. I'm going to take 1 second. I'm going to share that on my personal page just to give those people a heads up that this is where we are. And then I'll get rocking and rolling with AM Excellence 69. Read, learn, think. In 1 second, I see some of you signing on right now. On timeline, boom. Ready to rock and roll. So today's chapter, AM Excellence 69. Read, learn, think, focuses on a couple things: the importance of reading, the importance of learning, and the importance of thinking. And again, we're reading the book Above the Line: Lessons in Leadership and Life from a Championship Season by Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer being esteemed college football coach. Now, diving right into this. So a lot of this book, a lot of my life, a lot of my talks, my themes, my concepts revolve around this idea of leadership. Now, what is leadership to you? If I am asking you right now, if you want to comment, I'd love to see the comments. What is leadership? To you, what is leadership? Most of the time, someone mentions leadership, we point someone who's standing in front of the classroom, in front of a large group of people, in front of, has a big voice booming out there in front of people spreading message. But leadership starts with yourself. And as I'm talking, you can feel free to throw that up there and I will come back to it and talk about your comments, what you think leadership is. Now, Urban Meyer says leadership is a mindset first and a skill set second. If you don't think like a leader, you won't act like one. So leadership is a mindset first. What does that mean? Leadership is a mindset. So we're thinking, leadership is a mindset. What in the world does that mean? There's also a saying that I love called excellence is a excellence. Well, not excellence is a mindset, but from that quote, I deduce excellence is a mindset. From a very young age, my parents instilled in me this idea of you do your best in everything you do, period. And you inspire the people around you to do the same thing. Why? Because that's the way it is. That was the mentality. Maybe someone out there will argue against me, but that's the mentality that I believe in. That's our duty. That's a mindset. Leadership is a mindset. Are you leading your life? Are you living your life in a way that is inspiring the other people around you, that is teaching the other people around you to be better, to do better? That is a leadership mindset. Identifying your purpose, your goal, your clarity, your vision, your values, and living it, not telling it. A couple videos ago, we mentioned this quote repeated by a lot of people that says, I can't hear what you're saying. Your actions speak so loudly, I can't hear what you're saying. That leadership is a mindset first and a skill set second. You have to decide, I'm going to be intentional, I'm going to be a leader, going to exercise, going to live my values, going to eat the right things, going to read the right things, surround myself with the right people to lead myself, and then those around me, those below me, etc. He goes on to mention this guy named Dan Gilbert, who is a founder of Quicken Loans and owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers. And this is Dan speaking. Thinking about problems, challenges, and new ways of doing things and creativity is one of the hardest things you will ever do. Now, why is that hard? Why is thinking about problems, challenges, and new ways of doing things, why is that one of the hardest things you'll ever do? I'll tell you why. Because it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to say, hey, this is not working efficiently. This is not going very well. My wife and I are arguing on a regular basis. This is hypothetical. We just had a new addition into our life and family, and there's a lot of stress. It's uncomfortable to admit that and to dive into it and look for a solution to that problem. Hey, on our team, we're losing all the time, and the parents are complaining all the time, so the kids don't believe in me, don't believe in our team culture. It's uncomfortable to stare that problem head on. That's what a fighter's mindset is all about. That's what my entire message is about, is spearheading those problems, thinking, learning. How can you make them better? This chapter is super valuable, so there's a lot I'm gonna touch on. He says periodically, and I would encourage you in your lives. He says, I like to challenge the people on my staff, making an impromptu visit to their office saying, take 15 minutes to think, write down one idea that you believe would improve our program. It's this value of thinking. And the title of this video is called Read, Learn, Think. I'm adding a little bit of texture to this, but the way I do this, I wake up every morning at 4:30, I come upstairs, solitude, I read, I think, and I learn. I read, I learn, and I think. I read, I learn from other very successful people. I read, then I learn, and then I think, okay, how can I apply this to my life? How can I, take this, A and turn it into my thing? Take this fact, this concept, this experience, and apply it to my own life. I read, I learn, and then I think. So I would encourage you, read. If you don't want to read, just tune into these videos. I'll do the reading, you do the learning, and then you do your own thinking. And then we all come together, we discuss what we learned, how we are improving. A big fun party. Moving on. This is an element, so that's the gist of this chapter, is this idea of always learning, always evolving, always being open to new ideas and new things. If you think you're doing it right, look, I grew up thinking I knew it, right? I knew it, that if you did this, you're good. If you did this, you're bad. If you do this, I can't talk to you. If you do that, I don't want to have anything to do with you. And then as I met more and more people, I realized, that's not that way. The world is not absolute. The world is not an absolute place. There is gray. There is plenty of gray. So the theme of this video, the theme of today, AMX69, Read, Learn, Think, is open your mind. Open your mind to the possibilities. Open your mind to better ways, because they do exist. Nobody, myself included, is operating at maximum efficiency. No one, not Tony Robbins, not the Virgin Airlines guy, Richard Branson, not Tim Ferriss, nobody, not Peyton Manning, not Tim Tebow, Bill Belichick loses often, he gets caught cheating. No one, the best of the best, no one is operating at maximum efficiency. All we can do is bust our butts in that pursuit. Man, I watched this special on NFL. I never watched NHL. Sorry, hockey fans. NFL Network with Peyton Manning. He was talking about the meticulous preparation, the learning, the absorption of knowledge that goes into his preparation. That is only for a factor of a chance that he could have walked away from his career a champion of champions. There's no guarantee. All you can do, read, learn, think, apply it to yourself in that pursuit. Now, switching gears a little bit, and this is something, one of the maxims that I live by is this idea of surrounding yourself with the best. How can you, on a daily basis, surround yourself with people you want to be like, content that helps you in your pursuit, music music that makes you feel good, people, actors. I find value, this sounds kind of cheesy, but I find value. These are two actions that are fun, enjoyable, and they help me, and I'm confident they can help you. I find value in watching, I'm not going to say soap operas, I find value in watching Live with Kelly in the morning. Don't do it every morning, but now that my wife's home on maternity, a few days a week, I'll hit pause, go downstairs, and watch it. Why? Because I value listening to interviews with Michael Bublé, who's co-hosting, to hear how he thinks, how he operates, with Phil Collins, who was on yesterday. These are the best of the best. And I'm surrounding myself with them. I'm not traveling. I'm not going outside my house. Heck, I'm hitting pause on my work day to take in this knowledge, to take in this value. I'm surrounding myself with the best. So that's one example. Call it cheesy, call it an excuse to watch TV. I don't care what you call it. But I know that the feeling I get when I watch people guys like Vince Vaughn, guys like Kevin Costner, the best of the best. That inspires me. That makes me be better. Another example, Ellen. I love watching Ellen because my big vision is to create a legacy, create an impact so large that just as Ellen does, I can grant people, that I develop the relationships, the connections, the infrastructure to give deserving people big, deserving, well-earned gifts. The way that Ellen gives, I mean, Oprah did it, Ellen didn't create it. The way that these people create and then give back inspires me. So there are two ways that you can surround yourself with the best. Maybe it's not Ellen, maybe it's not live. It can be whatever you want it to be. Watch YouTube videos, do that. Create a vision. That's my first element of excellence, is creating a vision where you want to go in life. Back to the book. Urban Meyer mentions this thing called Champions Day. And he says, Champions Day is when we give our guys a taste of winning it all. Their vision, winning a championship. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, blah, blah. Champions Day is about creating a vision, a crystal clear picture of what winning a championship looks like and feels like. So Urban Meyer and the Ohio State football team every year create a Champions Day because their ultimate vision is to win a national title. My ultimate vision is to develop, position myself so I can give back to deserving people. That's my ultimate vision. So what do? I watch people. I learn from people who are able to do that. What is your vision? What is your vision? To be the president, to be the boss, to be the best stay-at-home mom that you can ever be, to be the best teacher. Maybe it's not to be the best teacher. Maybe it's to have the most pure, authentic relationship with the students that you teach. How do you get there? You model the people who have done it. Urban Meyer and the Ohio State football create a Champions Day. He says, this unique day's purpose is to give every player and every unit leader a chance to observe testimony of the amount of work, commitment, and sheer toughness it takes to win a championship. So they actually create that environment. They watch videos. They hear testimony. They listen to audio. They read quotes. And they even have guest speakers of champions. He mentions here Billy Donovan, Teddy Bruschi, Tony Dungy, Bob Knight, Doc Rivers. These are all athletes, professional athletes who have won champions. Urban Meyer believes, I believe in this idea of surrounding yourself, creating your vision, knowing what the heck you're living for. I want to be in that position to give someone $25,000 towards college, to give them a new car, to give them something, because that's what I believe in. That's what my parents taught me to believe in. They create this day, this Champions Day. Now, do you have to create a Champions Day in your house? Maybe. Maybe it is a Champions Day that you do for your children. Maybe it's something you do in the office. That you take your ultimate vision, whatever it is, and you create a day that highlights this is what that vision is like. Champions Day. Very, very, very cool thing that Urban Meyer does. So, kind of back to the video. There's some more I could talk about now, but I'll end it with this. He says, you need to think in order to have a clarity of purpose, to understand what your priorities are and what you need to do to help your players, the people around you, maximize their potential. So don't be afraid to think. I know that sometimes thinking drives me crazy because it's one of those things that it's my skill, but it's also a downfall. Don't be afraid to think. All right? But I'm going to put it a couple steps before that. Always learn. Be on the lookout for learning. Whether it's through reading, whether it's watching these videos, whether it's listening to my podcast, The Fighter's Mindset, the Spaniard podcast. Learn. Learn, think, apply. That is the message of today. Read, learn, think, right? Learn, think, and then apply to your life. So I greatly appreciate you tuning in to AM Excellence 69, Read, Learn, Think. I will be back tomorrow with AM Excellence 70. I encourage you all, if not already, please make sure you like my Spaniard page, Charlie the Spaniard Brenneman. Most of you are already watching via that page. And enable the live notifications. That way, when I click live, you'll get a notification, be able to sign right in. Also, another neat thing that I've done, so I thought of an idea to dive deeper into these conversations. The idea didn't really work. So I started a Facebook group. It's called A Fighter's Mindset. So if you search groups, A Fighter's Mindset, and the point of this group is to dive deeper into these concepts, other things that I read. I'm going to bring, this is just AM Excellence, but I'm going to bring my life into that group as well. So I encourage you all, look for, search out A Fighter's Mindset, the closed Facebook group. I will admit you into it. Let's create our own environment of excellence, where we can kind of drive these concepts home and share our real life experiences. So have yourselves a great day. It's now 6:46. Attack the day. Carpe diem. Fight well. I will see you tomorrow, 6:30 a.m. via facebook.com/SpaniardMMA for AM Excellence 70. A Fighter's Mindset Facebook group.